Lauren. I wanted to share a workout with the exercise ball today, and this workout is focused on your back line. So certainly you could find a more complete total body workout with the ball, but this I really wanted to dig into some hip extension and some back extension and strengthening. If you're an aerialist, this is all about strengthening and refining your front balance. If you're not an aerialist, your back probably needs to be stronger, so this would be good for you too. So I have my ball and I have some 3-pound weights. If you don't have 3-pound weights, you can use soup cans. I wouldn't go heavier than 3 pounds though. What we're going to be doing is going to get real heavy real fast. So better to go lighter or to go weight free rather than to go heavier than 3 pounds. And then I have my mat. We're going to just start laying down on our backs with our feet on the ball. Arms by our sides. And we're going to start with a couple deep breaths here. Deep breath in, exhale. I'm just gently pressing my arms into the mat, reaching my fingertips towards the ball. My neck is long and relaxed. Inhale, trying to breathe into the back of my rib cage. Exhale. And I'm going to start with just rolling the ball. So deep breath in. As I exhale, I'm pushing down and bending my knees. My knees are just coming right over my hips. My shins are about parallel to the ground. And I exhale, roll back. Now as I do this, I'm being careful to keep my pelvis still. So as I bend my knees, I'm not curling my pelvis and pressing my back into the mat. I'm staying in that neutral spine. And there's that little bit of space beneath my low back to the mat. I'm pushing down with my knees because I want to feel the backs of my legs working. So in both directions, when my knees are bending and straightening, I can feel the backs of my legs working. One more like that. And then here, I'm going to turn out, so my heels are together, and I'm going to do the same thing, this time allowing my knees to open out, and come back. When my knees are open, they should be pointing in the same line as my toes. And I keep coming up against my reformer, so I'm going to scooch back a little bit. So it doesn't need to be your widest turnout here. If we're thinking about Pilates, Pilates V is a small angle, not your ballet first position. So we're working in Pilates V here. Now if you do have really wide turnout after your Pilates V, you can try it in your widest turnout. So heels stay together, squeezing the whole time. You push down and pull in. And I'm still really trying to keep my knees and toes pointing in the same line. If your knees can't open out as wide as your feet can, you're not turning out from your hip. So you need to rein your feet in a little bit. If your knees are way wider than your feet, likewise, rein it in a little bit so that you have good mechanical line from hip, knee to ankle. And we're still pressing down as we bend in and push back. So with this wide turnout, you should really feel it all the way on the outside edges of your butt. We'll do one more like that. So now I'm back to straight. I'm going to turn my feet back to parallel. I'm going to keep my arms down by my sides. And I'm going to go up into a bridge, keeping my feet on the ball. So I'm going to push down, I'm going to curl my pelvis, and I'm going to press up Nice and slow. Trying to find my straight line at the top. My arms are pressing down for stability. Deep breath and exhale. Reach long through the spine to come back down. And again, exhale, press down, curl to peel up. Inhale, exhale, curl down. We're going to do one more right like that. And if you're feeling like your ball's wobbling all over the place, you can have the ball resting up against the wall just a little bit to give you a little bit of stability. So now I'm going to go up into my bridge and I'm going to stay there and I'm going to bend my knees. So arms pressing down, my legs are staying in parallel. I push into my feet, I curl up. And then here I'm going to bend my knees, pulling the ball towards my butt, and I'm going to allow my hips to go up. So I'm trying to stay straight, knee to shoulder, and slide back. And bend up, ribs staying in, and back. 2 more. Last one. And roll back down. You should really be feeling your hamstrings and your glutes quite a lot at this point. We're going to do one more variation now, lifting one leg when we're up in the top of our bridge. So here you're really going to want the support of your arms pressing down. You're going to curl and peel up. And I lift and return and lift. Trying to keep my pelvis steady. And my ribs in. One more on each side. And down. I'm going to come all the way off the ball and off my back. And I'm going to set up in front of the wall. So, the setup for this first thing, a little bit tricky, because we're going to do a side crunch. So I need to put my hip on the ball. My top leg is going to come in front. My bottom leg is going to slide back. Oof. And then I'm going to push out until I'm finding a diagonal. You are welcome to be more graceful than I at this, because it's just a little bit not great. So here my hands come behind my head. I'm tight through the belly. I'm squeezing my butt. And I'm going to tip to the side and lift up. And tip to the side and lift up. Now when I lift up, I don't need to come all the way to here. I'm just trying to get back to straight. One more. And then I'm going to rotate. So I'm trying to turn my chest towards the ground without twisting my hips. And I'm going to lower down and come up. Down and come up. We're only going to do 3 of these because they're terrible. And then I can come all the way in and switch to the other side. So again, that awkward setup, front foot, top foot is in front, bottom leg is behind, pelvis is stacked, butt is engaged, hands behind the head, and we tip down to come up to a straight line. We're going to do about 5. You're welcome to do more if you want to. last one. And then I twist. And I go down and up. 2 and 3. And come all the way down. Here's where you're going to want your weights. So, I'm going to bring the weights to the floor, and I'm going to set up with my belly or my hip bones on the ball and my feet on the wall. So my feet can be shoulder-ish width apart. My toes are all the way at the floor. So I have not walked my feet up high. I just unplugged my lamp. My toes are still at the ground. And I don't want them way, way wide. I know this is not the best angle, but just about shoulder distance apart. And when I'm here, I want my hip bones about centered on the ball. Imagine, again, if you're an aerialist, this should be like a front balance position. Your hand weights are where you can reach them, and you're going to fold all the way over the ball and let your knees soften. First, this kind of feels nice, so just take a deep breath here and relax. And then you have a couple of options of what you're going to do with your hands. Your hands can stay on the floor, on your fingertips. You can take them to the ball. You can put them on your shoulders. So shoulders is going to be hardest. Fingers on the ball is medium. Hands on the ground is most support. So maybe start with your hands on the ball as a nice intermediary place. And we're going to extend our legs, pushing our legs into the wall. When we feel our glutes engage, we're going to curl the pelvis and start stacking our spine up one vertebra at a time to find a nice long line. And then you're going to take your arms off and balance. Make sure you're trying to pull your belly button away from the ball the whole time. And then when we come back down, your hands come back to where they were. Your chin drops. You're thinking about lifting up and away from the ball as you roll down. Let the knees soften as you finish. So if it was easy with your hands on the ball, take them to the shoulders. If it was really hard, put your hands on the ground, or just leave them on the ball, and we'll do it again. So head stays heavy, looking down. Push your feet into the wall. Tuck your tail. Press your hip bones into the ball. Stack your spine up. Head comes up last. Deep breath in. Exhale, head drops, belly button lifts. Roll down nice and slow. Knees bend. And we'll do that one more time. Push all the way out. Legs are working. Pelvis tucks, belly lifts. Extend through the spine. Find your beautiful position at the top. And come all the way back down. And you're going to find your weights. So now, if all of that was really hard, then maybe don't use the weights. Maybe do all of these movements pretending like you're holding weights. That's totally fine. I'm going to hold the weights, and I'm going to do the same motion that we just did. So I'm exhaling, pushing out. I'm curling up, and as my body comes up, the weights lift. I'm going to bend my elbows, pulling them back. Let my arms extend, head drops, roll down, and again, pushing out, rolling up, bend, and down. One more time like that. And then on the next one, I'm going to roll up and I'm going to stay up. So I'm pushing out, I'm rolling up, my arms hover, and I'm going to lift my arms up and out like a T. 2. So here my hands are only coming up to shoulder height. I'm going to do 6, 5, 6, and roll down, bend the knees. I'm going to do that again, and this time I'm going to add a twist. So I push out, curl and stack up, open my arms, twist, twist, and close. Open, twist to the other side first, and close. 2 more. Last one. And all the way down. We're going to do one last variation here. Sorry, my hair is getting all over the place. And this one's super terrible. So if you're already getting fatigued, put the weights down. If those reverse slides were hard, put the weights down. And we're going to push all the way out. We're going to roll up. And we're going to lift our elbows wide, rotate, push, back, rotate down, rotate up, push, bend back, rotate down. Last one, try to keep space at your neck as your arms come up. Arms extend, head drops, roll all the way down. And we're going to come off the ball. Put the weights to the side, and we're going to do one last little set of things, and these will be nice and relaxing feeling. So I'm going to sit in, we call it mermaid in Pilates. So I have the ball on my left side. My left knee is bent in front of me with my shin with my left foot pointing towards my right knee, and my right knee is bent to the side. I'm going to pull the ball in so that my left hand is on top of it and the ball is right next to me. And then my right hand is resting on my right leg, palm up. I'm going to press my left hand down into the ball gently, just so I feel a little bit of activation in my armpit. And then keeping that gentle pressure, I push out. And I lift up with my arm, right arm, to arc up and over to the side. Inhale, lift my arm. Left arm rolls the ball back. I'm trying to keep my right hip connected to the mat as I go into my side bend. So I'm not going so far that my butt pops up. That right sits bone should stay glued to the ground. So gentle pressure down, rolling out. Big up and over to lift. I'm reaching through my top arm and inhale back. I'm going to do that one more time, pushing out, up and over, ribs staying in. I'm not letting my back arch. And back. And now I'm going to switch it up just a little bit. I'm going to push all the way out, big up and over. And then I'm going to take that top hand to the ball. So I'm rotating my chest to the floor. Hands can space out a little bit, and then I'm going to push my arms straight. My chest drops towards the ground, and I push my hands down on the ball and lift my chest up. And roll down, head comes to shoulders. Gently press down, chest lifts up. One more time, rolling down, and lifting chest up. And then we go to straight arms, turn back into your side bend, and roll back up to sit, and we'll switch sides. So now I have my right leg in front with my right foot at my left knee. My left knee is out to the side. My left butt is trying to stay on the ground, and my right hand is on the ball with the ball right next to me. My left hand is resting on my left leg, palm up. I push down. I press out. Big up and over. And press down to come back. Scooch away from that just a little bit. And again, push down, roll out. Big reach. And back. One more like that. And then on the next one we twist. Push down and roll. Big reach. Rotate. Hands space out. And push out. Head comes down. Press down. Lift your chest up. And roll back. And again, find that pressure down. Feel your armpits close. Last one. And then we turn back to the side. Back up to sit. And we're all done. Thank you so much for watching my video. Hope it was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. And hope you guys have a great day. Bye.